I'm the author of A Night in Blood, which is a story about vampires. I need $3,000 to publish my book. This story is about a detective named Elizabeth Florence who gets a report of a disturbance at a local apartment complex. She goes to investigate, and on arriving, she's overwhelmed with a horrible scent of blood. So she begins investigating the rooms, and she finds all the occupants of this apartment complex brutally murdered. And she continuously checks each room. Each room shows her more brutal scenes after another, with parents, siblings, all brutally murdered with their throats ripped out. Until she arrives at the last room, opens the door, and she sees a father and their little girl killed, and she sees a man with his mouth into the throat of the mother. She then pulls out a gun, tells the assailant to stop. He then releases the woman. She drops dead to the floor and then starts to approach the detective. The detective then unleashes 5 rounds into the perpetrator, but nothing seems to happen. He just instantly heals from the gunshots until he eventually moves over to her and pins her to the wall. And it appears that she's going to be killed just like all the other occupants of the apartment complex until all of a sudden he decides to let her go. And this is where the story starts out. She calls in the brutal murders but does not tell the agency or her department what has happened because she doesn't believe it herself. She then begins investigating this perpetrator. She learns his name is Drake because she comes in contact with the woman that sired him, and then she learns about his past. And she gets even more intrigued, and she begins to try to find him and anyone connected to him. And then it switches every now and then to Drake's perspective, and you get to see from his eyes how he reacts to her trying to discover about him, and then his brutal acts to keep her away from finding the truth. I need $3,000 to get this story published. Like I said before, any amount of money would help. Thank you.